Listen to that wind. Holy smokes. Hi guys, welcome to episode 4 of Crocheting in Random Places. I am currently at Under Canvas in Moab, Utah in one of their safari tents. It is extremely windy today. My original plan was to record this outside for my episode 4 month of April's crocheting square. I have yarn that I got from Lion Brand Yarn in National Park themed colors. I have Arches, Bryce Canyon, and Capitol Reef. On my road trip that I'm currently on while recording this, we are going to be going to all 3 of these national parks, so I thought it would be great to take a moment at each of the parks and crochet. So the whole Crocheting in Random Places is where I crochet about a 12.5 by 12.5 square each month for the entire year, and I do the square inspired by the location that I'm at while I'm crocheting it. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to take all 12 of the squares from each month and I'm going to stitch them together to have a blanket of memories from the whole entire year of 2022. So today I wanted to start my crocheting at Arches, but the park is full. So I was going to crochet on the patio here at Under Canvas, but it's a little windy at the moment. So I don't know. I'll give it a little bit. Maybe it'll calm down and we can get started on it. In between each of the national parks, I have some black yarn and some yellow that I'm going to make to look like a road to kind of divide the different parks. I'm really excited. So while I'm crocheting, I'm probably going to do like a time-lapse style, speed up the video so that it doesn't end up being 4 hours long. And then at the end of the video, I will show you the finished square. Let's do this. Start with the Lion Brand Yarns Heartland in the color Arches. Try this. Oh, honey. That didn't work. I tried to do it out on the patio, but the wind picked up again. So I'm going to crochet the Arches portion inside. Let's try this again, shall we? It is now the next day and I am in Arches National Park. I'm gonna go sit at this picnic table that's in front of me and we're gonna crochet the rest of the Arches part of our square. our way to Bryce Canyon National Park, which means it's now time to switch yarn to the other Lion brand Heartland in the color Bryce Canyon. I had to take the label off because I wasn't able to find a center pull, so we're doing it from the outside. But that is what it is. I am starting this part of the square in the car because the weather says that it's going to be about 39 degrees at Bryce, which is very, very cold. And I'm not going to want to sit and crochet out in the cold for a long period of time. So I'm going to do about half. So this is the arches portion. I'm going to do about half in the Bryce Canyon color here in the car, and then I'll finish it once we're at the national park, just to not freeze myself completely. So here we go. Back home, and I wanted to show you the finished square. So this square for the month of April was a very, very challenging square. It was challenging because I started in Moab, Utah with the arches inspired yarn, and I thought it would be really fun to do a little bit under canvas while we were in the tent, and then finish that part at Arches National Park the next day. The part in under canvas, as you saw, was very hard because it was just way too windy and it was scaring my little dog Shorty, and I just had to stop crocheting and comfort her. She is way more important than this. So that was challenging, but I made it through. Got it done at the national park the next day. And then I did a little bit in the car in between the national parks. When I got to Bryce Canyon, I did some okay there, but it was very, very cold, so it was very, very hard to do. My poor fingers were going numb, and it was all kinds of difficult, but we did it. Capitol Reef. Well, the only clip I have from Capitol Reef is in front of the National Park sign showing the yarn, and I'm with my dog, and there were so many people, it was just really hard to get the right shot. And Capitol Reef is one of those parks that doesn't really have a lot of pull-off viewpoints because it's more of a scenic drive-through, unlike the other two national parks. Both Arches and Bryce Canyon had lots of pullover viewpoints overlooking the canyons and whatnot, where Capitol Reef, you're driving through the canyons. It's a scenic drive-through. So there was nowhere to pull over and just sit and spend time crocheting. Plus, we were kind of on a time crunch to begin with because that was the day we had to drive all the way back to Boise, Idaho from that part of Utah. I think it was close to Green River, Utah. That was quite a drive. So we didn't have a whole lot of time to just sit and crochet. So most of the Capitol Reef portion I did later in the car, and when I got back home I just finished it up really quick. So here it is. It turned out kind of strange because the Lion Brand yarn in the National Park colors is a softer yarn than what I'm used to, and it's stretched weird. And then when I used the Red Heart yarn for the black and yellow, the black and yellow is to represent the road when we were driving. It turned out really strangely. It's close to the size I need it to be. It's stretched strange, so it looks really weird. But when I do the finished blanket at the end of the year, it'll correct itself when I stitch it all together with the other squares. So here it is. Here's the finished square inspired by Arches National Park, being on a road trip, Bryce Canyon, and then Capitol Reef. This was really fun. I hope you enjoyed the crocheting in random places. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.